Understanding marginalization. Who is socially marginalized? Marginalization refers to a situation in which an individual or a group of individuals is deprived of certain privileged or treated as different from others. Marginalization is experienced in every sphere of life. Economic, social, cultural, political factors work together to make certain groups in society feel marginalized. The major marginalized groups are scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, other backward classes, and minorities. Who are Adivasis? About 8% of India population is Adivasi. There are over 500 different Adivasi groups in India. Adivasi dominated states are Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal, and northeastern states. Adivasis worship their ancestors, village, and the nature spirits. They have always been influenced by different surrounding religions such as Shakta, Buddhist, Vaishnav, Christianity, etc. Adivasis have their own languages. Santhali is one of them. Adivasis and stereotyping. Adivasis are usually portrayed in colorful costumes and headgear. Their dances are also unique. It is the general belief of the people that Adivasis are exotic, primitive, and backward, but it is not so in reality. Forests played a very significant role in life of Adivasis. Adivasis had deep knowledge of forest. History is a witness that big empires heavily depended on Adivasis for their crucial access to forest resources. But today they are considered marginalized communities. The pre colonial Adivasis were basically hunter gatherers and nomads. They practiced shifting cultivation. Some Adivasis also cultivated in one place. Adivasis and development. Slowly and steadily, they begin to migrate because of economic changes, forest policies. Thus, they lost their access to forest. The forest land that once belonged to Adivasis were cleared for different purposes such as agriculture and industry. According to official figures, more than 50% of persons displaced due to mines and mining projects are tribals. Another recent data shows that 79% of the persons displaced from the states of Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Jharkhand are tribals. With the loss of access to forest, Adivasis lost their means of livelihood. As a result, they migrated to cities in search of work. In the cities, they lead a very miserable life. Their children are malnourished, they have no access to education. 45% of tribal groups in rural areas and 35% in urban areas live below the poverty line. The term minority refers to the communities that are numerically smaller in relation to the rest of the population. Minorities and marginalization. People belonging to majority group may suppress or overpower minority communities. This may lead to their marginalization. Hence, it is necessary to protect their interest. Our constitution provides safeguards to them. Muslim community is also socially marginalized. This social marginalization of Muslims has led to them migrating from places where they have lived. In our country, there are several marginalized communities like Dalits. It is quite essential to bring these communities in the mainstream so that they may avail access to rights, development, and other opportunities. Words that matter. Marginalization. This term refers to the situation in which an individual or a group of individuals are deprived of certain privileges or treated as different from others. Adivasi. It literally means original inhabitant. Hierarchy. A graded system or arrangement of persons or things. These who find themselves avail the least power. Mainstream. People or communities that are considered to be at the center of a society. Displaced. People who are forced to move from their homes for some reason, such as construction of dams. Militarized. An area where the presence of the armed forces is considerable. Malnourished. One who does not get adequate food. Ghettoization. It is a process in which an area or locality is populated largely by members of a particular community. Question answers. Question. Explain at least three different reasons why groups may be marginalized. Answer. Groups may be marginalized due to the following reasons. They speak different languages, they follow different customs, they are poor. Question. Why was Dadu forced to leave his village in Odisha? Answer. Dadu was forced to leave his village in Odisha because the company walas took his land for mining iron ore there. Question. What metals are important in present day India? Why? Where do they come from? Are there Adivasi population there? Answer. Iron, copper, manganese, aluminium are important metals because they are mostly used in industries, household, etc. Iron, copper, aluminium are mainly found in states like Odisha, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh in India. Manganese, an important metal, is found mainly in Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Jharkhand. Adivasis are particularly numerous in all these states. Question. List 5 products that you use at home that come from the forest. Answer. Fruit, timber, gum, lark, honey are the products that come from forest. Question. By whom were the following demands being made on forest land? Answer. Timber for construction of houses and railways, forest land for mining, forest land for agriculture by non-tribal people, reserved by government as wildlife parks. In what ways would this affect tribal people? Answer. The demands mentioned above were made by the British government in India. This would affect the establishment of the tribal people. They would be displaced to some other places where they would not get work easily. Question. In your opinions, why is it important that Adivasis should have a say in how their forests and forest lands are used? Answer. Adivasis have been directly affected by the decisions of the government agencies. Question. Why do we need safeguards for minorities? Answer. We need safeguards for minorities in order to protect them from being dominated by the majority. Question. The following essay has been written by a child around your age. What do you think she is trying to convey? I live in a Muslim dominated area. Some days back during Ramzan, there was some disturbance that started taking a communal outlook. My brother and I had gone for an iftar party in the neighborhood and were dressed in traditional clothes, that is sherwani and salwar kameez respectively. On returning home, my brother and I were asked to change our clothes to jeans and t-shirt. Now when everything is fine, I wonder what was the reason that we were asked to change our clothes and why I didn't find it odd. Were our clothes giving away our identity, and is that identity linked to all kinds of fears and discrimination? Answer. People in society are very keen to hide their identity in order to avoid any tension. Some typical dresses signify some particular communities. Such dresses become their identity. At the time of communal tension, people try to avoid such dresses so that they cannot be targeted by the opposing group.